This GiveIt Forms video is for Donorfy. Please be aware this demo may include features outside of your band. Let's imagine for a moment that this form is for an appeal as opposed to an unrestricted donation context. You might want to include a totalizer to demonstrate how well that appeal's going. We'll throw a totalizer field into the editor for a moment, and that's going to bring open the options panel for it. The visible label and the visible sub-label are going to render to the front end user. So we probably want to give that a context that makes sense. See how well we're doing. That's fairly generic. You can obviously write something more attuned to the appeal in question. And then there's two amounts that are necessary, isn't there? There's the amount you're hoping to raise and the amount raised so far. Now the relevance of this field changes depending on where you are in the campaign and how broadly the campaign spreads to your other touch points. If this is a brand new campaign and it's online only, you're perhaps launching it right now, in which case keep that at 0. We'll say we're done there and we'll save the form. And let's have a quick look at what that looks like in its current state. Oh, I think I forgot to pull that up somewhere meaningful. I did. That's at the very end of the form. That's a silly place to put that. I'll correct that in a moment. But as you can see how we're doing is the label I just gave. Here's the bar. We have raised 0, but our target at this end of the bar is 5 grand. Let's close that preview and let's make those amends. See, so we don't want this down here. We want this, we'll have it here straight after the intro and before we make the donation. Now let's imagine that we've already taken £200 in donations via the telephone or offline in another way, and so we can start that already. Let's save that and check the difference that makes. As you'd expect, a percentage of our bar has been filled up to the £200 mark relative to our 5 grand target. Now it's not just the options panel that configures the amount raised. Genuine donations passed through your form will accrue to that value as well. So anybody using this form, the next time that they return to the form and load it afresh, the donation value that they've passed through will be totted on to this total here, and of course the bar will push along the additional percent that encourages. But the benefit, of course, of having the totalizer editable from this perspective is so that you can make corrections. If perhaps someone refunded a donation, you might need to scale that back. And again, as I gave the earlier example, you might have got a spontaneous donation over the phone or in person or something like that, in which case you can edit the current readout on that page. So this is a really clear indication of social proof for your appeal. It's obviously incentivization to get people donating when that bar's not quite full. It is possible to go over, of course. This value can exceed this value. The bar will only ever be 100% full, of course.